Grading over here.
Yo, happy Monday. Big day today. Chase ditched me. No, I'm just kidding. Not taking it personal. Not taking it personal at all.
I wish I could have seen you, bro. Zero time. I basically left right when you got there.
It's all good, bro. I know you're busy.
He was not. He was partying on a golf course. Come on.
That's busy.
Happy Monday though. We got some weekend warriors absolutely smashing it this weekend. Max, bro, congrats on another successful weekend. Dominated the
sir.
weekend leaderboards. How's it feel?
I mean, I expect nothing less from myself. If I'm dialing, I'm selling, right? So as long as you're consistent, there's no reason why you shouldn't be selling. I could have had more sales, right? But I do things by the book. We had a few pending surgeries. So anytime there's a pending surgery, you cannot submit an ethical question because they're always going to ask, does the proposed insured have any pending surgeries, treatments, hospitalizations which have not been completed?
Yeah.
You cannot answer yes to that question. It's better, in my opinion, it's better off just waiting and then setting an appointment because that's
No,
how we
it's
do
good, bro.
things here, people. We do the right thing when no one's looking,
Let's go.
except when
Joanna, good
Johnny's
to
looking.
see you. Christian, congrats on your first sale, brother. Let's go. Daryl was
Nice,
good.
nice.
I don't know if he's there. Reyes, what's up, man?
Yeah, brother. How's it going, Johnny? Finally got the leads coming back in again. So just dialing away, bro.
Let's go. Let's do it,
Sticking
man.
to the script.
Joanna, you at work?
Pardon me.
No, I'm at home actually.
Oh, okay. Looking
Yeah.
comfortable.
hmm
Let's go. I love it. I feel a sale coming for you.
Yeah, me too. I think today it's gonna happen.
We have to. Let's make it happen. What are Augustine, by the way, another good sale. And like congrats on the sale again. Your first one. Lots more coming. I feel it already.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so what are some things that I can help with right now? Like what are some objections you guys might be getting, things about the script that you might be confused about? Do you want me to go over? What are some things that I can help with?
I got some right now, Johnny. I was just going to ask this question.
Let's go.
So I'm reading the objection word track sheet, right?
Let's do it.
And
Yeah.
the not interested part, is that specifically like, so can you explain like why would we say that after they say I'm not interested anymore? Like, okay, perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling. Life insurance is not everybody's favorite topic, but I'm sure me and you both can agree that this is an important one, right? And
Yeah.
then it's like, and then like, oh, you listed that you live here, correct?
Yeah, so you can say that. There's tons of ways to go about this one. Like so many. The first one is like saying that, right? Like the goal is just to like kind of push past that, and the goal is to be able to get them to admit that they filled out the form, right? So right when they say, "Hey, perfect, that's exactly the reason for my call here." I guess like when you filled this form out, what was kind of the main concern? Were you just looking to cover the final expenses or possibly leave a little extra? Or perfect, that's not a problem. I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast here. But it looks like you listed your beneficiaries. Is that right? There's like so many different things, but you just want to say perfect, that's the exact reason for my call. Whatever you say in the middle is just answering, right? You're answering them and saying kind of whatever, and then you ask another question so you can just kind of brush it along and keep going.
Okay, cool.
That's a good question though. And like how I look at it whenever I get that is like, dude, they're lying.
Yeah, for sure.
So
For sure.
you
Yeah.
cold, bro?
I'm just chilling right now, bro. Not even really that cold.
Let's do it, bro. What else? What other questions you guys got?
If I got more, I'm gonna let you know, bro.
Sweet, dude.
Johnny, what was your process for managing business where then it's not charging back, but they miss a premium payment?
I would get an assistant to do that for you if you can. That process is pretty training intensive. So I never fully got around to that. I did cut out some hours to be able to train and have a lot of it done, but I never automated out to where they were calling the carriers for me. Which you can do that. You just have to give them authorization that they can call in. But what I would say is I would have in the CRM I'd have a chargeback flow. So whenever you see that they missed a payment, you just move it over, and I would just create that out. That's the closest that you can have as automated, without having to drop like a lot of money on a whole back end. But I would just build out a whole process to like, hey, whenever I see that, what's my first text that I want them to see? And then there should be a chargeback flow that's already in there. But I would build that out a little bit more. Like, hey, hey, this is Chase, the insurance your insurance agent. For some reason, the premium didn't go through for this month, which just texting you to verify that you still had the money in the account for that one. Is there any reason why that didn't go through, like that you could think of? And I would just be texting, but I would also have a calling cadence as well on the back end. Whenever you see that, calling them right away, obviously. But I would say having a workflow, a texting workflow to try to get them back to call in, or to a texting workflow to get them to call in. Or text back so that you can call them.
What carrier is this, Chase?
Sika.
Sika? Yeah, they're built. They don't even have like social security billing, let alone true social security billing. So, I mean, that's the challenge with working with that carrier, right? Like, I mean, you could get day one coverage for people, but you gotta like really drill it on them. Like, hey, like this is the day it's coming out month after month. You need to have this money in your account, or else the policy will lapse. Like, you gotta really drill that home. Right. And I
Yeah.
think, John, if you could touch on the importance of social security billing, because the troubles that we're having now with Great Western, super, super important to make sure we're putting people in proper billing, just because of the demographic, especially coming from mortgage protection, where these people are a little more financially sound
Yeah.
versus final expense.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm glad that
Johnny,
you're
go on
touching
it.
on that
It's so
because
important, dude.
yeah, so Social Security billing is absolutely massive
True social security billing.
for
True
final
social
expense clients at least. If you're doing term, then you can kind of disregard this, but if you're doing final expense, Social Security, like true Social Security billing is different than other ones because say they're getting paid on the 3rd and the 3rd's a Saturday. With true Social Security billing, they're actually getting paid Friday. So they're getting paid on the 2nd, but usually the insurance companies won't bill until the actual day. But with true Social Security billing, whenever the client gets their money, they are able to read that. So they actually pay out, they actually go for the payment that day. So whenever they get paid, that's when they're getting paid. It's super important because if you're not doing that, Miss Betty's going she's taking out all the money that day. And then she's going out and she's gonna spend it all. Or she's not gonna have it back in the bank. So then you'll get a chargeback. So I would honestly, if I were you guys, I would be just writing Social Security billing moving forward. Like what Chase said.
Like, but
It's
true
super
social
important.
security billing, like,
Yeah.
because there's social security billing where it's like, okay, a certain day of a certain week, right? But again, like, just if that ends up being a weekend, they're going to bill it on the following business day, and by then they might have all the money out of their account by now, because a lot of these people, what they'll do is they'll get paid and they'll take all the cash out, which in turn leads to your policy getting past due. And it's just a nightmare getting these people back on the phones to get their policies back. And you're going to spend all this time trying to get people back on the books when you could be calling new leads as they come in. Like, I spent so much of last week doing that and only got like 2 people back on the books, which is great. But again, that carrier doesn't have true social security billing. So it might happen next month and I'm back where I started. It's like, it's just the reason why, past dues happen is because of not using true social security billing. What sucks is because Mutual of Omaha, a great carrier, but they don't have true social security billing, right? So man, it's really important. David Duford told Johnny and I to do this before we started selling strictly final expense, and of course we didn't listen. And now we're getting all these past dues, and it sucks.
Yeah. Super important to do true social security billing. 100%.
What do you guys think about payment reminders, like texted automation payment reminders?
Yeah.
Is it really necessary if it's coming out like with true social security billing? Like, I don't think it is. Because then they're just
No,
gonna be like, oh, I gotta pay this.
but just to catch the back end stuff that's not on true social security billing.
I think it's smart to have the automated reminder.
Are there
I know
are there
maybe-
teams doing that?
I have a mutual Omaha policy on myself, and they send me an email. Like
Yeah,
2
that's
days
what I'm
before.
saying.
It's kind of nice.
Same.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's funny when you guys ask that question, I get those emails too. And I'm like, okay, it's good a reminder that like that's coming out.
Yeah, but most of these people don't even use their emails, so texting would probably be a bit more useful.
Texting 100%.
I have a question in regards to the agent AI automated messages.
Yeah, what's going on?
I asked the group chat, how do you guys modify it? Because all the leads that no leads have responded to any of the messages. So I don't know if that's normal.
So there's a video on school on how to do that, but I can just walk you
Mhm.
through it right here real quick. When you're in there, you go here, you go to automations,
Mhm.
and then you go to whatever leads you want to put, new leads flow. So you have the 7-day SMS, and you go in here and you change it here.
Okay. So if they're not responding to these messages here, why do you guys think they're not answering?
I would say, well, I'd say for you got to change them because these are final expense ones in this year running term. So I'd run more towards that, more towards gearing it very personal towards beneficiary, like talking about the beneficiary and just asking questions on that end. But like you want to make sure that you're constantly asking questions on
Okay.
that. So
Okay.
that's what I would say. But also like there's not like for the amount of leads you have right now, there's not going to be a ton of text coming in.
Okay.
But when you have a high volume, then you'll start seeing a lot more text coming through.
Okay.
And then it's a compounding effect.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Sweet. What
And
other
then
questions you guys got? That's a good question.
say we're going through the script and then you get to the point where you overcome to think about it. You shouldn't give your client numbers unless you're absolutely sure that they're comfortable, right? So what if you still feel hesitation from them? Like, do I give them more information about their policy, about the policy benefits?
What's kind of the
do I have some more
hesitation that
questions?
they have at that point?
Well, I talked to this lady about it. I was like, are there, no hard feelings? Let me know. And she was kind of like, okay. But she didn't really seem like sure. And then I showed her the numbers, and then she was like, okay, well, I'm not home. I'll get back to you. But I just feel like she wasn't ready to like see the numbers, because then she was asking me, like, what is it? What's the term? Like, I just feel like at that point, do I give her more information about the policy, or
Well, I would ask more questions to her. So
Okay.
like I would say like,
Okay.
okay, like so kind of let's role play and you role play as her, right?
Okay.
So just so you know, Joanna,
Mhm.
hold on, let me think. Specialize with working with people on fixed income, social security, disability. Would you say you're in the same spot too? Yeah. Comfortable number. Awesome. Let me just pull up the script real quick just so I know exactly where we're at.
Yeah.
Specs updated. All right, here we go. All right. So yeah, I've been doing this. So Joanna, just so you know, I've been doing this long enough to know that when somebody says like I want to think about it, it just typically means the numbers are just a little too high. Okay. So if that's the case, can you just let me know and we can try to find another solution for your coverage? There's no hard feelings there.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Sure, as in like yes, or how do you feel? I just want to make sure that you're comfortable at the end of the day, because that's the most important part to me, that this policy is comfortable and affordable for you even on the tightest month. Can you do that for me?
Okay, sure. You said it was a term plan. Like sorry, I kind of missed that part.
No worries. I'll actually go over those real quick for you, okay? So your policy, and I would just go straight back into the benefits,
Okay,
and I would just
Okay.
reiterate it.
okay.
But
You're
also
just kind of
part of
saying
me
like,
is like, I don't know if they would actually be completely bought in at that time. So what I would say is like your discovery has to increase a little bit.
okay,
Like get a
So
little
just-
bit deeper into her feelings and emotions, because if they're not bought in, like if your discovery wasn't good, then they're not going to be bought in at that time.
okay,
So it's important to
Okay.
have the discovery, because at that point there should be enough urgency built that whatever you say, they're listening to.
okay,
So it sounds like
So
she
then I
wasn't
have-
bought in, so like there wasn't enough pain built in the why
okay,
questions.
okay. So I just have to spend more time on it and kind of get them to, like, I go in circles in the why until I know for sure that they've opened up to me and told me exactly like the pain and why
Yeah,
they need it.
make sure that you go through the why questions and peel back the onion there.
Okay.
Joanna, could I ask you a question? How long are your presentations, like open to close, including application?
Well, the first one was really long. It was like an hour 30. I've been
Mhm.
doing about like 45 minutes an hour.
Including app?
Is that too fast?
Including app?
Yeah, well, I haven't closed anything.
My
Is
average
that too fast?
No, because my average sale is like just around
Mhm.
an hour, including app, right? But like
Okay.
I'm not like, and you will know like when someone's felt enough pain, because they're gonna hear their voice change, you're gonna hear the energy change, and then they're gonna say, why is this so important to you now? And they're gonna, oh well, my brother passed away, and then we didn't have any coverage, or the policy lapsed, and we had to come out of pocket. Oh, was that hard for you? Yeah, it was really hard, and I guess that's why we're talking today. Is that right, Joanne? Like, you're gonna hear the entire energy of the call shift, and they're gonna tell you a
Mhm.
story. If you do that, sales made right there. Boom. They are in a buying mood. They
Okay.
feel pain, and then you're not gonna get the, oh, like it's unless it's gonna be like a logistical objection, which those are easy to overcome as long as you identify it. I mean,
Mhm.
Johnny, like, am I wrong? Like, once when someone starts telling you a story about like something that happened to them or someone that passed away, man, that sale's
Over.
done.
It's over.
It's over.
Okay. So I think I think I do. I need to spend more time on the why and kind of get them to open up, be more empathetic, kind of give more
It's the most important part of
like
the call.
affirmation and stuff. Okay.
Most important,
Okay.
because that's where the sale is made. That's where if they need to visualize, oh crap, my wife or my family is going to really be in a lot of financial trouble if I don't do this, right? And that builds the urgency, and that makes them say, oh, I need to do. They're not going to procrastinate on it longer. These people are the ultimate procrastinators for final expense, and you got to make them realize, hey, we should have done this 20 years ago now, but I'm on the phone now. Let's handle this. And then you just push them right through that app. You hold their hand, walk them right through it.
Okay.
Johnny has a new Zoom background every call, eh, guys?
I'm in Arizona.
Dude,
Oh,
those
the motherland.
But I'll have a consistent background by next week, starting Monday.
Tight. We already touched on true social security billing. Yeah. Kicking myself for that one, eh, Johnny?
Yep.
It's like, I mean, why listen to the guy that's been in the industry for 10 years? Let's just do it ourselves. We've only been selling final expense for 7 months.
That's it, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
Duford posted a good video last week on like the 5 carriers that he represents.
yeah,
And
it's a good one.
But
There's like-
Sika doesn't have true social though.
They don't even have social security billing, dude. It's just a day.
yeah.
It's
But
like
yo,
that was-
Chase, dude, you could, I'm pretty sure, pardon to interrupt, I'm pretty sure if you go to like payments, you could manually make them pay their payment if you get them on the phone. I'm pretty sure you can manually do that. It's just like SBLI Living Legacy, where you could actually input it. Like if you go to the
Yeah, I
actual
saw that.
portal. So I'm pretty sure if you get them on the phone and you just confirm that they have the money in the account, dude, just try to do that. Because well, or else why else will they have that? You know? You know what I'm
they
talking about,
probably
right?
have- yeah, yeah.
Because
they
they
probably
know they're
have it-
billing as shit. Pardon my French.
Exactly. I just got like a prosperity and like family benefit or Trinity,
Nice.
something like that. Do they have true social security billing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another good thing about Prosperity is like it's what's really cool, guys, is that very simple signature process, very similar to Americo, but they will know if they're like once when you get them to answer the first text message, health questions, and then it gives them approval because you could run into the objection of, oh, well, I don't want to give you my banking until I know I'm approved. And then
So
you could
it's
actually
like-
get the approval prior to banking and beneficiary. So the initial upfront of the application is a lot shorter, saving you time if you need to pivot and just putting them more at ease. So you could even share your screen and say, yeah, you've been approved for level, or they're kicking us to modified, and you could go from there. And then very simple process, true social security billing. And they are the only final expense carrier that I'm aware of that they will only give you a nicotine rate if they smoke cigarettes. If they vape, chew tobacco, smoke cigars, they don't even consider it. They'll just say, have you smoked cigarettes in the past 12 months? Yes or no. That is the only determining factor for nicotine. So that's huge, guys, because I smoke cigars. I smoke like 3 cigars a day sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would see huge value in that.
Yeah, it's huge.
But getting that approval prior to asking bank, because some people just, and that's a tough one to overcome. Well, I'm not giving you that until I know I'm approved. It's like,
It's like
You know?
SBLI.
it's just like SBLI. It's the same company, Prosperity SBLI. If you look at the
Oh,
app,
really?
it's if you look at the app, yeah, they're the same company. SBLI bought Prosperity, I believe. But great carrier because they offer true social security billing. Right. I just wrote one of those on Saturday.
Did
I
you
tried
get
to write
that
another.
carrier after you watched that video from Duford?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that video. I'm like, dang, you're teaching me a lot right now.
Yeah. No, it's really not worth writing the non SS true SS billing carriers unless it's like you're trying to replace something, but even then, right? Aetna's okay and Mutual of Omaha are okay because you could put a certain day of a certain day of the week for a certain week. But then again, if that lands on a weekend,
Yeah.
well, if it doesn't land on a weekend, but like it's still not true social security billing, but it's better than just saying the third, you know?
Yeah.
And that's so important for final expense. For Joanna, you not so much because you're dealing with people that are not on fixed incomes.